Hello and welcome back to Xbox On for another selection of weekly deals. But it's not just any old week because Black Friday is almost upon us. And you know what that means? Bargains galore. With so many great deals to run through, let's not delay any longer and let's get stuck right in.
Our first deal this week is a 2-in-1. Mortal Kombat 11 for up to 70% off and the Aftermath expansion for half price. In case you're somehow unfamiliar with this legendary series, after nearly 2 decades of face-offs and fatalities, Mortal Kombat 11 is one of the finest fighting games around, boasting not just an awesome multiplayer, but a sprawling story-led campaign too. 2 of them, actually, if you pick up both halves of this deal, because Aftermath picks up right where the main game left off with another time-twisting adventure. And that's not all this expansion is bringing to the table. It also expands the game's already huge roster with a couple of old favorites and a tasty cinematic crossover with everyone's favorite authoritarian automaton, RoboCop. And for anyone who's grabbed an Xbox Series X or S and is looking for a fighting game to show off the new hardware, you can't do much better than this. Because Mortal Kombat 11 is optimized with 4K dynamic resolution, speedy loading times, and enhanced visuals. But if you haven't upgraded your console just yet, fear not. Thanks to smart delivery, when you get your new console, you'll get the next-gen version for absolutely free. So, what are you waiting for? Get over here!
Okay, our next deal is your chance to wield Mjolnir, chuck Captain America's shield, and punch people with Miss Marvel's enlarged fist. Yeah, we are of course talking about Marvel's Avengers, which you can get at half price this week. So if you think about it, you're basically getting the other 3 mightiest heroes on offer: Black Widow, Iron Man, and the Hulk for free. And that's without even mentioning the other Avengers on their way soon. Kate Bishop, aka Hawkeye, is arriving for free this December, followed by her mentor Clint Barton early next year. So there's never been a better time to pull on the tights, assemble some pals, and get stuck into Marvel's Avengers. We'll see you in the endgame.
Okay, from one iconic cinematic universe to another now, with 40% off Star Wars Squadrons. If you've ever fancied yourself as an X-Wing pilot, this is your chance to put those Skywalker skills to the test. A space combat game that puts you inside the cockpit of some of the most iconic starships of all time. First, in the cinematic story-led campaign, where you bounce between the light and the dark side, which is great because it means you get the keys to your very own TIE fighter. And then, once you've mastered that, there's multiplayer with intense 5v5 dogfights and enormous multi-stage fleet battles where you work together to give an enemy flagship the Death Star treatment. And then there's a free update coming this week with a new map, new components to customize your ship, and then next month, 2 brand new starfighters, including that Return of the Jedi classic, the B-Wing.
From a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away to the near future in somewhere very, very close to home. The dystopian London of Watch Dogs Legion is also on sale this week. It's an incredible recreation of the Big Smoke, so much so that if there are any bits of the city you know, like the back of your hand, you can basically rip up the minimap and find your destination like a proper cabbie, just using the knowledge. Although you might notice a few slight changes, like the self-driving cars, drones bobbing through the sky, hologram advertising, and the various factions battling for control of the capital. If you're playing on next-gen hardware, you'll get to experience the city at its very shiniest, thanks to the incredible ray tracing effects that mean every pane of glass and every puddle reflects the world around it just like the real thing. And once again, thanks to smart delivery, you can buy it for Xbox One now and get the Series X or S version once you upgrade for free. Which means that 35% discount is looking even sweeter.
Okay, there are just too many amazing deals in this Black Friday sale for us to highlight them all, but let's do a bit of a speed round and burn through a few more bargains that you should really check out. First up, 25% off Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 plus 2, an eye-popping remake of some of our favorite games of generations past. It's got all the legendary skaters, maps and tricks that you remember, but all rebuilt from the ground up in 4K ready quality. And with the new generation of skaters represented too, along with an expanded soundtrack of headbangers and just plain bangers, it all adds up to a deal that's truly rad. Skaters still say rad, right? How about extreme? No, it's definitely rad.
Now for a sport that's a little less extreme, but no less brilliantly realized, FIFA 21, with 45% off the Beckham edition. As the name suggests, this means you get a free Bex for your FUT team, and as a groundbreaker, meaning he'll join your Volta team. Quite frankly, who hasn't dreamed of a car park kickabout with the man himself? And all you need to do to earn him is play the game anytime between the 15th of December and the 15th of January. And if old golden balls isn't enough for you, then you might want to check out the Champions Edition, which comes with plenty of extras including weekly gold packs and is currently 55% off. Or even the Ultimate Edition, with double the gold packs, which is half price. Plus, this is another game where you can buy the Xbox One version and upgrade to next gen for free with EA's dual entitlement feature for an even more beautiful version of the beautiful game.
Next, if you're looking for a game to really challenge yourself over the coming holidays, you can't beat Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice with 35% off this week. This is the latest slice of brutal brilliance from Software, the mad geniuses behind Dark Souls. It switches setting to feudal Japan, or a dark fantasy spin on it at least, and puts you in the role of a one-armed ninja. You'll need to use a mix of stealth, gadgetry, and lightning-sharp reflexes to survive. And even then, well, the title might say die twice, but you can probably expect to pop your clogs considerably more than that. This is a From game after all. Like, I died 500 million times. At least.
Now, if you were around for Crysis' original release, you probably remember it was famous for cutting-edge graphics that pushed PCs to their limits. Well, a decade on, the rest of gaming has just about caught up, meaning it's time for a remaster to reinstate its place at the top of the graphical food chain. This is the game that managed to beat next gen to the punch by bringing ray tracing to the Xbox One X. And if you're looking for a way to put the new consoles through their paces, well, why not stick with a classic? With 35% off this week, you can't go far wrong.
But if you're looking for the absolute most bang for your buck this Black Friday, that title has to go to Borderlands 3 with 67% off, with billions of guns for you to discover and blast baddies with before finding the next shiny toy and taking that for a spin instead. Well, you won't find better price per gun value anywhere. And on top of that, there are 4 planets to explore, 4 Vault Hunter character classes with endlessly customizable skill trees, and a supply of one-liners that's nearly as infinite as the weapons. You do the maths.
Finally, as we're sitting at the crossroads between 2 console gens, let's wrap up with the chance to grab one of the very finest games from the generation at a knockdown price. We're talking, of course, about Rockstar's latest magnum opus, emphasis on the magnum, Red Dead Redemption 2. You're dropped into the cowboy boots of Arthur Morgan, fleeing across the country with the Vanderland gang. And from there, an epic and often tragic saga unfolds. And that's without mentioning the multiplayer Old West of Red Dead Online. Honestly, grabbing this masterpiece for less than half price feels like highway robbery. And you're the robber, just to be clear.
Oh, one last thing. We kicked off this video with a deal for Mortal Kombat 11 and Aftermath. If you like the look of those and want the full Mortal Kombat experience, take a look at this trailer and what you can expect from the Ultimate Edition.
Let us begin.
possibilities.
Let's go crazy!
Anyway, these have been our highlights from this Black Friday sale, but it's barely scratching the surface of what's on offer this week. So let us know which bargains you've bagged down in the comments below. Your fellow commenters will be sure to thank you for it, but we'll be back soon with more deals as well as all the latest games and news, so make sure you don't miss out and just subscribe and ring that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Bye!